Knowing how to customize font is a very important skill set every designer should possess. It comes handy in various design projects like logo designs, poster designs, and other forms of publication designs. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to easily customize and manipulate fonts with 5 different tools in Adobe Illustrator, transforming a basic text into something more unique with more personality and character. So before customizing font, it is important to have a clear visual idea of what the final output will look like. This vision will help guide your process and also helps with choosing the right font from the beginning.
So for this design, I'll be creating a custom type using the word melt, and I want the final product to embody the meaning of the word. I will start by choosing a bold sans serif font like Montserrat, although any bold sans serif font should work very well. To start manipulating the font, the first thing to do is to make an outline out of the text. This will allow us to go in with our numerous shape editing tool for unlimited manipulation. So right click and select outline text. Since we're customizing the letters individually, I will have to ungroup the text. And I want the word to be even more dynamic, so I will play around with the rotation and the spacing between the characters, and also overlapping the E and M letters. The next tool I'll be working with is the eraser tool. I use this tool to erase some areas of the letters like the T and the base of the M. I am just working randomly here as I want it to be as imperfect as possible.
The next tool is by far my favorite in Adobe Illustrator, the Direct Selection tool. So I use this tool to further edit points in the shape, making clearer refinements and stuff. For this test, it will come handy for first deleting unwanted points and adjusting thereafter.
I started with the letter T, deleting and adjusting points, then worked my way up until all the points are looking more refined. So I was thinking of offsetting this inner section of the E to add some funkiness to the text. And lastly, I will adjust the L so it aligns with others, as we have to pay close attention to consistency across the letters. Before going further with the customization, I will make a duplicate of this so in case I screw up, I can easily fall back to this and restart. And next, I want to show the overlapping effect between the M and the E. To do this, I made a duplicate of the letter E, Ctrl or Command C, then paste it in front of the original with Ctrl or Command F. Then I will add some nice and thick stroke to the E. So this will be like an offset shape to cut off from the letter M. I expanded the text, merged the stroke and base shape using the Pathfinder.
So this will lead us to the next tool, the Shape Builder tool. The Shape Builder tool works like the Pathfinder, so it's used to merge or subtract areas in a shape based on their intercepts.
So I will select both the M and the new E. Then using the Shape Builder tool, while holding down Alt or Option key, I click and drag the areas I want to cut out. I will repeat the same process for the T and L.
And now let's switch to the fun part of this customization, making the dripping effect. And for this, I'll be using another intriguing tool called the pencil tool. So the pencil is a very interesting tool that helps you to customize shapes. So what the pencil tool does is it creates additional shape area based on what you draw with your free hand.
So using the pencil tool, I will make the dripping shapes under the text. It actually takes a while to get used to this tool's operation. Plus, drawing freehand with a mouse will require a lot of effort, unless you have a digital tablet. You can always undo and redraw when you get it wrong. Repeat as much as possible until you get the perfect shape desired. I added a couple of drips per character with varying sizes. This will help make the effect more realistic. Try not to overdo the drips and it might end up ruining your customization. So I want more imperfection on the edges, so I will go back with my pencil tool and roughly draw on the edges. And this makes more sense because since the text is melting, it should flow better rather than having sharp edges. I do a lot of zooming in to make sure I am adding as much details as I could. This part of the E looks really weird. I will erase and redraw.
So at this point, I think it would be nice to add some droplets below the text. This will give an illusion that the text is melting and dropping on the floor.
So I made them with the pencil and the ellipse tool. So the circle underneath should be stretched out to give the illusion that it is on the floor. So next, I brought back my direct selection tool to make some edits of the points all around the shape. With this, I can get the curves right, remove unwanted points, and basically making every curve and shape as realistic as it could be. This took some time as I went through all the areas of the shape, straightening out the details and curves. And that was it for this customization.
So to wrap up, I'll be adding colors to the design. So I'm using 3 different color combinations to further give meaning to my text.
So in one, I'm using the red and black combination. This made the text read and feel really scary, like a bloody scene or something. And the next, I used yellow and blue, and at once it transformed the meaning of this design, and it now feels like melting ice cream. And lastly, blue and white, I bet you could see milk. And this is what colors can do to meanings of design.
I hope this video was helpful. Kindly click on the next video to know more about logo design.